Hello friends, welcome back. We are studying structures in C programming. In last video, we saw basic concepts related to it. So if you are not aware of that, please watch that video first. In this video, we are going to study examples on a structure. Whatever basic concept we have studied in the last video, based on that, we are going to study one example related to it. Now, just consider one example of point. Okay, point means a point that you represent on your graph paper. Say point is P, and how you represent the point? By x coordinate and y coordinate. Suppose this is your point P1. Suppose you want to represent one more point, what you will say? P2, and it has x coordinate and y coordinate. Okay, now we are going to create a structure for it. Now while creating a structure, what you have to do? You have to specify the struct keyword. Then you have to define the name for it. Let us call it as point. And then inside the curly braces, you have to define the member of a structure. Now if it is point structure, what can be the member? Member is x coordinate and y coordinate. Member is x coordinate and y coordinate. So let us define it. So let it be of type integer. See, it can be float also. So time being I am considering it is of a type integer. So x coordinate and y coordinate. So this is our point structure, or basically what you did, we created a point user defined data type, because this type of data or this data type is unavailable in C programming. Okay, so we created a point data type. Now once you have this data type, what you can do? Definitely you can create a multiple point variable. Then after, you can input the values for this point. You can display this point, and as well as you can calculate the distance between 2 points. Okay, means suppose I have one point P1 and another point P2, and I want to calculate distance between two. So I can calculate the distance between points. So these are nothing but the operation on your point variable. Now just imagine that you are not using structure, and you are told that to calculate the distance between 2 points. So what you will do? You will take four coordinates, say x1, y1, or four values rather, x1, y1, x2, y2. Why you have taken four variables? x1, y1 represent first point coordinate, right? x1, y1 represent first point coordinate, and x2, y2 represent second point coordinate. And you have to define the different name for both the, or I'll say you have to define a different coordinate for both the points. But if you are using a structure, what advantage you will get? Your x and y coordinate name remains same, x and y, whether it is point P1 or P2. It is going to be same, just it is differentiated by your structure variable. So the structures are easy to use rather than this multiple integer type of variable. When you create one complex data type, it is easy to use, okay, and easy to read also, easy to maintain also. I hope you got this. Okay, instead of making a use of four different variable, what we did, we create one structure, we define the member of it, and then after we are going to create these two variables of a structure, that is point. And P1 will have a x coordinate, P1 will have a y coordinate. Similarly, P2 also have x coordinate and y coordinate. So these 2 points are differentiated by this structure variable, that is P1 and P2. Whereas x and y are going to be same for both the point variable. I hope you got this. So let us write a program for this. As I told you, we are going to calculate the distance between 2 points. So here what I'll do, Basically, after defining the structure, you can include your user defined function, and then after main program. Since we are not going to include any user defined function, so I'll directly start with a main program. So void main, we are going to calculate the distance between 2 points. So I need 2 point variable of type point. So let us declare 2 point variable. How structure variables are declared? Struct point P1 and P2. Okay. Now the next step is we have to accept the coordinate of P1 point and P2 point, right? Then only we can calculate the distance between them. So let us give one message to the user using printf function. So printf enter coordinate of first point, right? And let us scan the values similarly. So scanf %d. See, look at here. We are actually accepting the coordinate of first point, that is P1. And for P1, we are going to accept two values x and y, which are of type integer. So that's why I wrote %d twice, right? Then after, I have to say ampersand P1 dot x comma ampersand P1 dot y. Okay. Now similarly, what we will do? We will input the value for second point. So similarly, you have to give a message printf enter coordinate for second point. I will not write it here. Then scan the value. Now here this time also you are going to scan the x and y coordinate of second point, right? So what you have to write here, %d ampersand, this time you will say p2 dot x ampersand p2 dot y. So we got both the coordinates, or we have inputted it. Now what is the distance formula? So distance is equal to, say d is equal to under root x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square, right? Is under root. Okay, means basically we are taking a difference of x coordinate of both the point and y coordinate of both the points, then we are squaring it, then we are adding it, and then after we are taking the square root of it. So let us write this formula in C language. So here I need one more variable to hold the distance, right? And since we are calculating square root, my answer can be in float. So let me declare one variable here, say float d, that will hold the distance. Okay. So let us write a formula. So d is equal to, for square root we use sqrt function, right? Then this outer bracket, first of all we have to take a difference of x2 and x1, which is nothing but p2 dot x minus p1 dot x. Okay, so here what will I say? p2 dot x minus p1 dot x. Then we have to take a square of this. So let us write this term twice into p2 dot x minus p1 dot x, which is nothing but a square. Then after plus sign, now we want to calculate a difference of y coordinate of both the points. So which can be calculated as p2 dot y minus p1 dot y. So p2 dot y minus p1 dot y. Okay. Into, again we are going to take a square of this. Okay. So I'll write the same term twice. So p2 dot y minus p1 dot y. So my main square root bracket get closed. Okay. So I hope you understand this. So in this way we will get a distance. So let us print it. So printf, distance is of type float. So %f comma d. So we have done with our code. See, the advantage of using structure is that structure variable can be anything, but the internal element that you declared inside the structure will be common for all the structure variables, as you can see here. So y is same for p2 and same for p1 also. It remains same as it is, but the differentiating factor is what? This is p2's y, this is p1's y. So in this way it is very easy to understand the code and write also. So what we will do now, we will try this program in code blocks and we'll see execution of it. So let us switch to code block. So I have already typed a program here. I included this basic stdio.h header file, and similarly I included math.h header file also because we are using sqrt function. Okay, as you can see, I declare this structure, that is point having x and y elements even. We declared the necessary variables, accepted the coordinate of first point, then accepted the coordinates of second point. Then next one is a distance formula and we printed it, right? So let us build it and check the output. Okay, so according to our printf message, it will show this: enter coordinates of first point. So say 5 and 6, and say the coordinates of another points are 8 and 9. So this is the distance between 2-point distance is 4.242640. Okay, so I hope you understand this, where to apply the concept of structure and what happened when you use a structure for a particular program and what happened if you don't use structure for that particular program. So if you have any doubts or any questions, you can definitely write it to me in a comment section, and thank you for watching.